Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to Jesse's Garage. I hope your morning's going good for you. Have your cup of coffee. Boy, I got to tell you, our last video, oh my goodness, that was part 3. This is part 4 of one of the largest tool hauls that YouTube has ever seen. I gotta tell you, this is gonna get overwhelming a little bit. That last video was super long. We're gonna try to speed it up just a little bit more. We'll see how we go with this. We still got 2 baker's racks and a few trays left. So we're gonna try to run through those, or as many as we can, and then kind of go from there. So we left off, the next tray are torque wrenches. And so let's take a look and see what she had in her collection. And by the way, if this is your first time watching, so we had the opportunity to buy out a lady's Craftsman collection. She collected a little bit of other stuff, but mainly it was a lot of Craftsman. But we bought out the entire garage. And so you're getting ready to see what she had next in the lineup. If you hadn't caught up, go check it out from the very beginning. It's going to be mind-blowing. Well, let's go and without delay, let's go jump into the next tray and let's see what we got. You ready? All right, let's go. All right, let's go ahead and jump on in. We'll start off with maybe one of the smallest boxes that I have here. And so this one here actually is an impact driver, as you can see here. So we won't spend a lot of time on this. Actually, this one's been used a little bit. Check that out. But look at the condition. It's still real nice, right? So we have that along with the bits and one socket that's in here. So that was one of the things that was on that tray for impact that I had on there. So the next one that we had here is this box here. And so let's go ahead and jump into that. And as you can see, this is a micro torque wrench by Craftsman. And so as we go through, we still have the calibration sticker that's on there. And so this is what it looks like here as we get to looking at it here. So we love that. And so this is inch pounds, by the way, so this torque wrench. And so it's all USA. That's mainly what she collected. She did have some other stuff, but notice that the Sears Repair Services little barcode that we have there. But that's what we have on this one here. So again, we got so much stuff. We're not going to go through a lot of it. If you have some questions or some comments, put it in the description that way. And incidentally, when we're talking about those, she had 2 more, at least, of the same box. Let's see if they're the same thing. So we can see they're the exact same thing. Notice some of the stuff she had some price tags on, and so that's what she was trying to sell it for. Well, we don't have time to take it off right now, but that's what we're going to put up for sale as well, and then kind of go from there. But let's see what she had in this one. Same thing. So she had 3 of those thus far in torque wrenches. Can you believe that? Man, as we get going, we have another one, and this one is longer. And so as we get going here, man, how cool is that, right? And so that is, now this one, those were inch pounds, this is foot pounds. But this one here, you can see, looks like she used it up just a little bit as well. The one that we have is here. So we have a Craftsman Professional. And so as we look this up just a little bit, we see that we have this beautiful, beautiful torque wrench here. And my goodness, wow, I love this. This is inch pounds as well, but it just has this flatter neck on here. And then of course we can adjust it there, and it's reversible at that. So how cool is that? So I love that. Man, that's good looking. All right, so this is a Craftsman Professional that we have. And then let's see here, our next one that we have here is E-Torque, it looks like. And I know what you're thinking right now. My goodness, how many torque wrenches did this lady have? And so this one here still has our documentation in it. And so the E-Torques is here. And so as we're looking at this is, I believe, inch pounds probably as well. No, it's 50 to 250 pounds, or no, inch pounds, yep. And so, my goodness. And so, man, that's a good looking wrench too, isn't it? All right, so we got to put this one back, move on. We got to get on down the road here. Got a lot of stuff to cover today. All right, so we'll put this back in here, wherever it may go. There we go. All right, so that was another one. We're going to stack that back there. And then, let's see here. As we get going, we have a Pittsburgh one, Pittsburgh Pro it looks like. And so that's our first Pittsburgh of the torque wrenches that we have. And so this one here is just a little bit different. You adjust it down here and you can twist it. And so that's that. We won't spend a lot of time with it, but that's our first Pittsburgh that we have. So we'll lay that right there. Let's see here. This one here is a Bike Master, is what it says here. And so this Bike Master, incidentally, and I don't know anything about this brand here. And so it's a digital torque wrench. And so you might, if you know anything about this portion here, you might give us an education that way, but it still has the plastic protective cover that's on there. So that's kind of cool. But she had one of those. And so this is a 3/8 inch torque wrench. So we'll put that right there. So she had a red case over here, and I don't know, but I'm thinking it's probably a Snap-on, or excuse me, a Craftsman as well. And so let's kind of dig it out and let's see. As we get going, yep, it's a I keep saying Snap-on. It's a Craftsman, so it's a digital torque. And so as we get going here, you can see how that's laid out, like brand new. Look at that. Just been handled, but I don't know that it's been used. If it has, it's not been used that much. So how crazy is that, right? So put that back in there. And so put that right there. And then we had a longer one. And so with this one here is just like that other one. So it's probably Craftsman. But my goodness, this bad boy has got some length to it here. And so how long are you asking? Well, glad you asked. I got a tape measure right here. So we got 22 inches is what we have on this one here. And so, wow, goodness. So she got all kinds of sizes and brands and different things like that. So there's that. And then I got to tell you, that's kind of different in it. And so how about the ones that are not in a case? And so here's some Craftsmans that are not in a case. And so they actually, have been laying around, rolling around in the toolbox here, but nevertheless, there's two more, right? And so that's of the 22 inch size. Let's see here. This size, which I haven't measured out, but so if that's 22, this is probably like 18 or something like that. So we got 3 of these that didn't come in a case. And so we'll put those right up there. And then the last of the torque wrenches, I hope, because I keep finding stuff. And so we got 2 more of the same model, it looks like there. So we got 2 more that's resting right in here. That's what we have for torque wrenches. My goodness, how many is that? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 loose ones. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. We got 17 torque wrenches. And get this. Remember I told you we sold some of those toolboxes? They already took some. So some of these were gone. We had probably, if I'm thinking right, probably about 20 torque wrenches all said and done. Some of them were digital and some of them were some other ones. All right, let's get this wiped away and let's get on down to the next one, okay? You ready? All right, give me a second. Okay, our next tray that we have, just when I thought that we were all out of torque wrenches, I found another one. My goodness, I tell you, these things pop up everywhere. Now this one is Allied, and this one looks well used, by the way. And so this must have been one of her go-tos that she had. It seems like, just based on the condition that is here. But that's another one. So Allied. And so a 1/2 inch drive micrometer dial torque wrench up to 150 foot-pounds. So that was the last of the torque wrenches, I believe, or I hope. Now she did have a little bit of old SK type stuff that she had in her garage sale, and this one just happens to have a bunch of sockets in it. And so we've all seen a bunch of SK sockets, especially with this knurling. I really love that, right? And so then they have some without it. But anyway, so that was one box that she had on that tray. And again, we're not spending a whole lot of time because we got so much we've got to try to go through. Here's another box that she had. And then this one actually had a ratchet in it. And so it's an old SK 42470, as you can see there. Those things clean up really well. It's got some sockets in here that can stretch down to 7/16 it looks like. I don't know if you can read that or not, but that's what that is. And so this, throw that in the bath. The box is kind of different kind of condition, so I don't know we'll salvage that too much. But you can see some of the reason why she didn't sell some of the stuff is because she was a little bit too high, I think. And so, or whoever was selling this. And so as we go through, we got another SK box here. So we got another ratchet, same ratchet, but this one has a couple extensions, and then it has the sockets that go all the way down. So again, this thing can clean up real nice as well. We got to try to bend some of this out and get that straightened out. But that's actually a pretty nice set there. And then she had one large box here, and so let me see if I can scoot this one out of the way and see if we can get this one in here. All right, so as we go through, this is the Sherman Clove Company, so SK Sherman Clove Company. And so this one actually has the ratchet, has one extension, a speed bar, breaker bar, another breaker bar, sliding T, and then some sockets that go in here as well. And so this is what this one's made of. It looks like we're missing maybe one socket there. And actually this is a 6-point versus everything else looks like a 12-point. All right, so that's what we have on this one here. All right, so that's her SK boxes. I believe that should be all of them. If not, I'll try to find some more and they'll show up somewhere in the video. All right, let me get this cleared away and then away we go. I'll be right back. All right, our next tray that we have is a lot of speed bars, but I happen to throw this in there. So, you know, I'm not a guy that uses this stuff here, but I'm kind of thinking it's kind of like a Slim Jim type of thing, or maybe some door panel where you get in there and unlock some different things. That's what comes to my mind. But if you guys know, you guys put that in the description. We would all love an education. All right, and so from there, let's just run through a few of these speed wrenches and let's see. This one here, do we have a brand? Do we have a brand? So, yep. Oh man, check this out. I didn't even know we had this in there. What am I thinking putting this in there? I should have dug it out, right? And so this one here, incidentally, let's see if I can find it again. It's a plum. Wow. Look at that. Look at that beauty. I didn't know I had a plum in there. And so, man, I'm going to keep that one out. So there's that one. I know it's those little things that tickle a guy, right? And so let's go through and let's talk a little bit about 1/4-inch speed handles here. And so we have 3 of them, incidentally. And so do we have a brand on this one? Probably Craftsman, I would think. Oh, here we are. And so let's see what we can find here. So as we come back this way, let's look and see. But I'm kind of thinking, yeah, it's a Craftsman, as you can see right there. And so the 1/4-inch Craftsman that we have. And so I love that, right? And so because, look how clean these are, by the way. And so as they are so clean, I don't ever find them in 1/4-inch, and especially this clean like that. So that's kind of a cool find. 3/8-inch drive. Let's look at a few of these. So we got a couple different models here. Let's look at this one first. So it's probably right up here on the handle, and it is. So this one here is a Craftsman as well. So hopefully you can read that down at the bottom there. And so we got a 3/8-inch Craftsman, and then this one here. And so we come over here and turn it around because I think I see the naming on it. And so this one is an old Proto. And so, my goodness, that thing is clean, clean, clean as well. So we got 2 for the 3/8-inch drive. Let's see here. Actually, I got 5 more in 3/8-inch drive. So let's see, these 2 appear to be the same. So let's look and see what we can find on here. And then kind of go from there. Let me turn it around real quick, see if I can read it. So as we come through and look at that, so it's a Craftsman as well, and it looks like, am I reading that right? So I have to see what that marking is when I get it on the screen there. So I see the double lines, but I'm not, I can't see what's in the middle of that. But anyway, so as we go through, this is what we have. So So we got 1, 2 of those, and so another Craftsman that we have here as well. And then we got 3 more, but these ones have this larger spinner handle on it. And I'm pretty sure these are Craftsman as well. Yep. So this is a double line V right there, so I can clearly see that one. So that's cool. But look at the condition of all of these, right? And so these 2 are Craftsman as well, as you can likely see right there on the screen. All right, so that's what we have in 3/8, and then 1/2 inch. My goodness. So 1/2 inch. Let's see what this one is here. So this is a Proto, and so. This one is pretty clean as well. So it was kind of funny when I was looking through the garage, she had these kind of piled up in one area, which is kind of cool. They made my life a little bit easier. And so that made it real good. Now this one here is a Craftsman as well. So down here at the bottom. So this is a double line H, I think. Is that what that says? So we'll have to see on the screen. All right, so but 1/2 inch, we got 2 of those. So I got to speed this up because I realize I'm taking a little bit too long. So 1/2 inch, we got 3 more. So there's that. And then from there, we even got 3 more. And so 2 of them are Craftsman for sure. And this one, let's take a look because this one is the only one that is a little bit different. And let's make sure what this one is. Oh, this is a Stevens Walden. And so that's cool, right? And so we love that. All right, so I don't know how many that is. Hopefully you're keeping count because I'm not, because I got to move on down the road here. So let me wipe this away and then we'll be right back with the next tray. Okay, we are back. So let's check this out. So these are 3/4 inch drive sockets and extensions here. And so we'll look at the extensions here. So we have this H is what this is. And so that is cool. This one's a longer one. And so it's an old Craftsman with pointed A and double line V. That's a cool find, right? So I love that. So we'll put that right there. We got 2 of those. And then in regards to these ones, what are they, like 8 inches or so? Yep, 8 inches there. So we got 3 of these. And so double line V, man, love that. So got that one there. Got another double line V. And then this one here is a Taiwan. It's Craftsman, but it's made in Taiwan that way. All right, so that's what we have in regards to our extensions there. Now, in regards to sockets, 3/4 inch drive. And so these sockets, incidentally, I have several of them. So I'm just going to set them out tray at a time. So this one goes down to, it looks like maybe the smallest that we have is 7/8, and so as we have that, the largest that this one goes up to, and you can see the condition of these sockets. Look at that, man! Look at that. That is just crazy, right? And so this is 2 1/4, by the way, and so 2 1/4, and this is 2 3/16. And again, we're not going to go through all of these. We don't have time. So 2 inches. So this one's probably a little bit bigger. So 2 1/8. So we got pretty much a complete set, but look at these. I can pick any one of these up. It doesn't matter which one it is, and they are all brand new. They've just been taken out of the package. They've just been laying there. So there's one tray. Let me get this out of the way, and let's go get the other tray. All right, here's our second tray that we have here. So this one actually still has the sticker still on it. But again, look at that. Man, look at that. That is just beautiful, right? 2 3/8. So I think this one is 2 1/4. Same type of thing. Oops, sorry about that. Nicking up the chrome. What's wrong with me? But you can see some of these still have the stickers on them. Here's another one, still has stickers on them. And so this one here is pretty nice, but it probably needs to be cleaned up. Incidentally, all of these are SAE, except for I just noticed a metric got in there. So we got to switch that around. But I think that's our only metric. All of the rest of these are going to be SAEs, and so standard size. But anyways, that's what we have on this tray right here. So I'll put this right here just to get out of the way and organize it as I get going. All right, we'll be right back here. Okay, our next set that we have here this one is a single line V. I did notice some double line V's in here, so this must be a mixture of those. Double line V, double line. So most of these are double line, I believe. Yeah, except for this one is a V, so we'll put that right over here. And then that's a V, double line, double line, double line, double line. So we have this side of the tray is going to be our double line V's, and over here are going to be our single line V's. This is what we had as far as the older 3/4 inch sockets. All right, let me get this one out of the way real quick. Okay, this is our second tray on that particular level on the rack. And so these ones here are G's, and so this one goes all the way up to 1 7/8", I believe. Yep, and then a G. So all of these, I try to, when I was doing through it, obviously I made a few mistakes because I put that metric one in there, but I try to group them up by their model and go from there. But you can just literally tell from the camera view just how clean these bad boys are. And remember, we already went through the ratchets on the tail end of the last video. So these are just trays of their particular model, and then trying to form a set. So that way when we sell it, we can just grab that tray and just dispense it. All right, so there's tray number 2 on that level. Let me wipe this out of the way and we'll go to the next one. Okay, so I just grabbed the next tray that I had in line there. So it's going to get kind of mixed up, but basically these are our 3/8 inch sockets. So some of these were already, she already had put together. In fact, probably all of these actually. And so I just went through and just kind of grouped all the 3/8 inch in here. But as you can tell, they're just lined up, just deep well, shallow. And so we just got all kinds of different 3/8 in here. And so anyways, there's too many to count, especially for this video, but just wanted to kind of give you an idea of what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, probably 13, 14 sets. Got some, check these out down here. Still, they don't have the original stickers on them anymore, but they still have the original case that they came in. And I imagine I got that missing socket somewhere around here. But anyways, that's what we have on the 3/8 inch tray. And so let me get this one out of the way and I'll be right back. Okay, so on this tray, I thought I had all my 3/8 over there. So I think I had so many it didn't fit in the shelf, so I started putting them in here. But there's some more 3/8 inch drive stuff in here, as well as, let's see here, it looks like I got a little bit of 1/4 inch. So maybe this is a second tray of 3/8 inch drive sockets, and then with just a little bit of 1/4 inch. So let's call this 3/8 inch with this one rail down here. If you can see it, this one rail down here, that is 1/4 inch. The rest of it's 3/8 inch. All right, let me get it out of the way. All right, so our next tray, we got a little bit of an SK set that she had going on here. Looked like this one kind of fell back behind, 3/8 inch shallow. On those, we got some more. I got some SK, let's dig these out over here. So we got a nice SK set here. Looks like they're pretty nice. New, actually, it looks like. So that's kind of a set that we have there. Man, I'm dropping stuff. All right, that's the problem when you're just trying to shove everything in there. Okay, and so, and man, we got an injury. Can you believe that? Check this out. Broke off the plastic tab. All right, so, but anyway, so there's that. And then we got another little plastic holder. We got some deep well. And so we got some spline drive down here. We got some deep well shallow. So again, I was just trying to group everything by sets that way. 3/8 inch, except for this one here is 1/2 inch, and this is 1/2 inch. So we got a little bit of a mixture, probably because we were just trying to make room, because those baker's racks are only so tall that way. So, but anyways, let me get all this junk out of the way, and we'll be right back with our next tray. Sorry, we're not taking the time, but you already know sockets. All right, be right back. Okay, our next tray that we have is a bunch of 1/4 inch, and so same kind of thing. We don't need to spend a lot of time on it, but just got all kinds of little sets of 1/4 inch here, deep well, shallow. So we got some hex, and we got man, just a mixture of everything in this bad boy here. So I'm not going to dig them out because, man, it took me a long time to get these organized so they'd fit in those individual levels. So, but this is everything we have in 1/4 inch, I think. Maybe not. Let me look and see. Okay, apparently I was wrong. So this is not everything we have. We do have some specialty, some larger half-inch stuff over here, and then this is 3/8 inch drive here. So we got some Torx, and we got some all kinds of different things in here. There's just too much to list. But you'll notice some of these are kind of impacts, some of these are chromes, and so there's just a mixture of all kinds of goodies in here. So that's what we have in that regard. So that's our second tray, and I believe that does conclude us for 1/4 inch. All right, so our next tray that we have here, a bunch of miscellaneous impact type stuff. We got a variety over here, going from 1 inch down to 3/4 inch. And then we got 3/4 inch to 1 inch. We got, let's see, 3/4 to, looks like even 3/8 inch drive. So how crazy is that, right? So we got all kinds of sockets here that are impact. This one here is an Eris, I think if I'm saying that right, 36 millimeter. And so 6-point there. What is this one here? Same thing that we have. This is a 35. Doesn't have a name on it, or Tecton. It's this one's a Tecton 6-point. So we just got all kinds of stuff in here. So this is a PT, professional tool or performance tool. I forget what it stands for. So this one here, I can't quite read it, but nevertheless, we have another one that's there. And then they just go on down the road. So we got some specialty sockets that come in here as well. And then again, another 1 inch to 3/4 inch drive. Got some brand new Tecnons still in the somewhat of a salvage package there. So on down the road, we got a few extensions as well. And so, oh my goodness. All right, so that's what we have as far as miscellaneous impacts that we have here. What is this one, by the way? And so this one here is performance tool. And so that's what we have. All right, let me get this out of the way. On this one here, looks like we have some Williams. Yeah, so this is some old Williams that she had there. And so as we're going through, probably have to lay some of these down as I get them back in there. They're kind of tight. But this is a 2-inch Williams, and this is 1 inch 7/8. Even have kind of a deeper one. This one's been kind of beat up on just a little bit. So we have those there. And then even had one impact that was a Williams, or actually 2 impacts, 3 impacts, 4 impacts. So we got a little, or no, wait, this was a Wright. So that's a Wright one. And so this one is Ingersoll Rand. So we got some miscellaneous brands in here, it looks like. So here's an old Wright Williams, or excuse me, Williams impact. So this one here is in Destro, 3/4 inch. Man, I don't have that one. That's cool. And so let's see here, Armstrong is this one here. So we, we just got a mixture, it looks like. So that's what we have on this drawer here. So I just kind of threw this on the same tray just so I can sort through it later on, probably is what I had in mind. And so let's see what we can do to get this one put away, and let's grab the next tray. We're making some progress here, guys. We're running. All right, the next tray that's on the list is going to be our nut drivers. And so these are all the different nut drivers that we have. They're all Craftsman. And so I try to organize them by size and color, and I kind of ran with that. So there's all sorts of different ones here, starting here with this one. And so this is going to be 3/16, and they go all the way up to the largest, I believe, is going to be this one here. And that's going to be the 1/2 inch. So that's what we have in regards to nut drivers. All right, let's get this one wiped away. All right, the next nut driver tray that we have are going to be these gray handled ones here. So these are going to be the Craftsman, so with the double lines on each side. And so this is the H series. The other ones were the clear handles. This is going to be the gray handled ones. All right, so that's what we have. That's what I was able to sort out for those nut drivers. All right, let me get this put away. Okay, so this is going to be our Allen head and specialty type of tips to go through and work on different things. So we even got some feeler gauges that are here. So I've kind of grouped those all together, as you can see there. Got some kits. They're still in the original package. And so we've got some longer ones as well. Got all kinds of spark plug gap tools. So this is everything that we have in this tray here. Too much to count and such like that. And then there's some miscellaneous brands in here too. So it's not all Craftsman by any means. And so some Cobalt and whatever else. All right, so there's that tray. All right, just when I thought I was done with sockets, as far as the 1/4, 3/8, and 1/2 inch, look what I found. I found a whole nother drawer of 1/2 inch sockets. Well, I say that, this is like 3/8, so this has a mixture. There's a mixture there, and then we have a bunch of 1/2 inch. So some of these are metric, as you can see. Some are standard, some are deep well, some are shallow. So we got a whole nother tray of sockets that we have found on the baker's rack. I didn't even know, because these are half trays, incidentally. Remember, the bigger ones, they are full trays. So, so we're just kind of hard for me to see what's behind there. But this one goes all the way up to 36, by the way, in a shallow. All right, be right back. Okay, so on this one here, as you can see, we got another set of Craftsman, and so USA. Incidentally, Craftsman USA, and then these are all metric, I believe, if I sorted them correctly. So 42, 41, this should be 38, and then 36, and so on down the road. So we got several in here, and some of these may be, yeah, so there might be kind of a set and then a start of another set, but that's our metric, and these incidentally are the 3/4 inch drive. And as you can see again, man, look at these things. They're just brilliant, right? And so they're just immaculate. So, man, how many sets is this, by the way? I lost count. But there's a lot of 3/4 inch sets that she had in her collection that way. All right, let me get this one out of the way. So this is our next one. So this is our chrome 3/4 inch. So all of this is 3/4 inch. And so we have that specialty socket for axles. And then we have our pro grade. Universal extension, looks like we got 3 of those, or no, wait a minute, that's a Tecton, and then this is a Tecton. So we got 2 Tectons and 1 pro grade, and then we got some more miscellaneous sockets over here. So this is a V, I don't know why it's sitting there, but anyways, that's what happens when you got too much stuff. It's hard to sort it all. So that's a Thorson. So this is PT, and then we just got a bunch of different type of adapters. Like this is Napa, so we got a lot of Napas, pro grade. So that's mainly what she had here in this area. So let's get this tray wiped away, and away we go again. Okay, so our next tray, as you can see, we got some chisels and some punches, and so we got some Stanley. A lot of it is Craftsman. So I try to bundle it up a little bit just to kind of put it in sets. But my goodness, look at that. I mean, that's just beautiful, right? And so I love that. Look at the condition of these bad boys. I mean, they're just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And so love it, love it, love it. We got some Stanleys down here. So we got this set here, which is going to be a Pittsburgh 9-piece hollow punch set. So that was part of it. Let's see what's in here. I forget. And so, oops. Let's just look at the tag on this side. So it's an old Craftsman Crown logo. I forget exactly what, it's a hollow punch set as well, as you can see right there. So my goodness, look at that. We still got the original box. And so this is kind of what it looks like right here. And so, man, love that, right? I mean, look at that. Is that gorgeous or what? Where do you find these tools, incidentally, and then with that original box like that? All right, probably one of my favorite ones in the whole bunch. Check this out. Man, this one's been used up. I love it. Man, I love, love, love this part. I mean, that's some hard work, man. You guys, when you get to pounding on stuff to the point where mushrooms like that, that is cool. So I love that. All right, so we got that, and we got some other type of pry bars that are here. And so this is Kin Tool, by the way. And so don't have that there. And then we have some more Craftsman right over here. So as you can see, and so my goodness, look at that. It's just a little bit of use, but it's gentle. And then away we go. All right, so that's what we have in that regard. So let's go ahead and put this tray back. All right, so this one, I kind of put all the files in here. And this one here, I don't know, but I'm thinking it's kind of a, let's see if I got it backwards here. See if we can read it on screen. If I can read it on screen, I'll put it up on the deal. You likely might, if you're watching on a TV or a larger computer, you might be able to read that. But anyways, I held that back for a reason. So there's one file that we had here. Here's another one. So let's see if we can read this one. See if I got the writing correct on here. I think I do. Nope, maybe not. So, so hard for me to tell. Let me put it underneath the microscope. Hold on just 1 second here. All right, so I think this one was a Keller, I believe, if my microscope is telling me correctly. All right, and then we have some other Nicholson files down here. So we got all these files, but check out the Craftsman over here. Man, these black handled with all the different types of finishes that are on there. And then we have some more. I think these are just, I didn't see a name on them, I don't think. Well, there is a name. And so Nicholson, these are all Nicholsons here on this side. And so that's our file set. That's what we have thus far that we have going on here. So just thought I'd kind of show you that. And away we go. Let's wipe this away. So let's talk about some adjustable wrenches here. Now notice these are, some of these anodized type of finish. And man, these things are clean. Too bad she carved her name in them. But they are super, super clean. Man, look at this. When I close that jaw up, my goodness, love that, right? And so here's another version of them as well. And so I try to group them by sizes. So some of these have some matching sizes here. So we love that. So we got those. This one here had the 15-inch. So we had the 15, the 10, the 8, and the 6, I believe. Yeah. So we're missing some. We're missing a 12. We're missing a 4 out of this one here. So I'm going to turn this around this way. And then this one back here is a 6, 12, and a 15. But look at all the jaws. The jaws are just immaculate. So love that. And then this finish, love that. All right, let's get this one out. All right, so speaking of some more adjustable wrenches, and so you'll notice our ones in the back here, these are Armstrong. And incidentally, if I'm not mistaken, I think these ones here, they look brand new, as you could tell from all three of these. And she did not go through and put her markings on it. And so we got 3 of those. Man, that's beautiful, right? That's gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. 12-inch adjustable wrenches that we have there. And then this one here looks like we probably got somewhat of a set. Let me get these turned around for us just real quick so we can get them in order. So we got an 8, 10, and a 12. And these have not been marked up. And so you'll notice that these have 0 tattoos on them as well. But look at that finish. It's just gorgeous. Man, look at those jaws. Wow. Beautiful set. All right, so we got that. Let's see, we got another couple that are clean as well. So I try to separate those as much as I could. So we got a 12 and a 10-inch that kind of go in that area there. And so this one here, we got all 10 inches. So random 10 inches. I wonder, she probably bought them in sets, but somebody else must have picked some up. And so as we go through and look at these, so these are going to be a 10, an 8, and a 6, and a 4. But these do have tattoos. So all of these don't, and these ones do. So I'm going to put this in that other tray just so I can kind of keep them separate. All right, that's what we got in adjustable wrenches. And so I believe that some of these got taken already with that other toolbox purchase because we gave him first pick since he was buying the big box. And away we go. All right, let me put this back. All right. Just when I thought I was done with sockets, man, look at this. Found a whole nother tray of sockets. And so these are extra deep here. Man, I lost a socket. All right. Come back here, you little sucker. All right, so just when I thought I was done with sockets, man, look at this. This is crazy, right? So these are the extra deep sockets here. Got some shallows. These are look like they're mainly half-inch stuff. We got a bunch of universal extensions here. So we got that. We got some drag links, and so we got a mixture of all kinds of stuff. In fact, the whole bag I haven't even sorted through. I'm just putting them in here just so I can get done. All right, hopefully this is our last of our half-inch drive and 3/8 and quarter-inch sockets. I'll be right back here. Man, I found more sockets, but these are at least a little bit different. I had a little bit of variety here. So let's open up this little case here. Oh, so these are the Tecton. And the Tecton go from 1 inch on the impact all the way up to 1.5 inches. And so you can tell brand new, never even been used. So wow. What do you think about that? Impact Tecton 1 inch to 1.5 inches. All right, there's one. Got to keep the show going. All right, so our next one that we have is another set of Tecton. And so as we go through and look at these, let's see if we can open it up. And so we got more impacts. So this is a 1/2 inch drive, 3/8 all the way up to 1.25 inches. And so, nice find, man, nice find. Brand new, never even been used, it looks like. All right, and then we got another set of Tecton. Let's see what this one is. I forget because everything's running together. So these are actually metric, and so they go all the way from 10 to 24, 3/8 inch drive. And so that's what these are. So they look like they're all in order here. And so that's cool. We just pick one of these out like a 20. Doesn't matter which one we pick out. They're brand new. Never even been used. All right, so we got that. Let's see, we got another box over here. If I'm remembering right, I think this one here is just probably some foreign made ones, but I could be wrong. Let's look at that. Yeah, so it says Taiwan. And so they go from 1 inch all the way up to 1.5 inches. And so we got a whole nother set. But you know what, guys, I have all kinds. I mean, I have some nice snap-ons, some nice Cornwell impact sockets, but I also have some cheapies. And these are hard to break, really. And so, I mean, no matter what, you can't go wrong, I don't think. Anyways, nevertheless, that's what she had. She had another set of those. And then there was 2 more. Let's dig through these and let's see what we have. So this says 3/4 inch drive, it looks like, SAE. So this is another 4 inch set. Now this was probably her everyday use, and so users. So she used these up like crazy, it looks like. And so, and I say use them, they're just kind of worn, but not on the inside. Look at that. I mean, just pick out a couple of extra ones. So, I mean, they're still great sockets that way, but shallow, 3/4 inch drive at that, okay? So there's that. See if we can get that closed up. And then we have one more set that she had. And so this other set was Tecton. And let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have a shallow set in Tecton as well. And so 3/8 inch drive. It looks like we're missing one here. And so, but anyways, we almost got a complete set. So that's cool, right? All right, that's all for this one, tray. So let me go grab the next one, okay? Be right back. Okay, we got our next tray here. Our next tray are screwdrivers. And so these ones here are kind of grouped up. These ones have the tattoos on them. So kind of group these all up together. Some of these are Craftsman, as you can see. Or all of these are Craftsman, except for Stanley and this one here. Oh, yeah, check this out. I forgot about this one. I don't have this one, even though she carved her name in it. Sad to say. But this all-in-one. And so I've never seen one. I don't have one. And so I'm happy to add that to my collection. And then this one here is another Craftsman Professional Shorty screwdriver. So I love that. And then, so the rest of these are pretty run-of-the-mill. So these are the Torx set. It looks like all of these are Torx set, by the way, except for a few of those. All right, let me go through and grab the next tray. Okay, so this is our next tray that we have here. So I was trying to be a little picky. These ones here are the ones that are close to new old stock. And so these ones here do not have any engraving in them at all. And so that part is good. So we have Phillips, we have flathead. All of these are clean. I think I have a tray coming up where she did do some engraving, but these are the ones that are super clean, no markings whatsoever. And check that out. How did that husky get in there? All right, so there's where we are there. This is our other tray. Now this is just Phillips head, all kinds of different ones, but these ones are not as clean, and she did do some engraving. When I say not as clean, I mean the metal part is just brilliant. They're beautiful, but the coloring is not as bright and clear, and she did engrave. So that's what I separated into this tray right here. All right, then as you can see with this tray, this is the, sorry about that, shaking the camera around. This is the one that is flatheads. Got some little scrapers here, but these ones here again are kind of second level, not as clear. She did do some engraving in them, so I just kind of separated those out. All right, and we get on to the next one here. Nothing to see here except for some flathead Craftsman screwdrivers. All right, guys, this is her saws that she had, and so I'm not even going to dig them out because there's so many. And incidentally, during the garage sale, I kid you not, I probably sold maybe 20 plus saws, hand saws, wood saws, just all kinds of saws, probably 20, 30 different saws during the sale. And so anyways, this was her collection there. And I got to tell you, that completes Baker Rack number 2. So we finished up Baker Rack number 1. This is number 2. The last Baker Rack is nothing but wrenches. What do you say that we do that on the next video? All right, let me stop it here and let me get the camera turned around. Okay, we are back. Wow, guess I can take these off. You can tell, look at that. That's how hard I was sweating. Man, that's a lot of work to lift all that stuff up like that. My goodness. All right, well, we are back. Can you believe it? Well, that completes, like I said, the second Baker's Rack. So we got all of that done, and here's the way I see it. And that's not even including all the sockets that are still on the table, by the way. Crazy. But anyways, let's do one more video with the wrenches, and then we'll do one more video with the boxes, and then that'll conclude this whole series of one of the biggest tool hauls that YouTube has ever seen. You be the judge. What do you think? Is this like one of the craziest ones that we've ever had? I know we have ever had, but that you've ever seen on YouTube? I would venture to say probably it's getting up there, right? All right, so put your comments below. Is there anything that you liked or didn't like? And, you know, oh, by the way, I have had a lot of questions. Hey, when's the sale? When are you going to put all this stuff up, and where are you located and all that? We're working on a game plan. I'm exploring all kinds of different ways. I'd like to try to do something nice for us that are on the channel. I just haven't got it down yet. If you have any suggestions, by the way, put it in the comments. We'd love to hear that. We'd like to share some of these goodies with you. I just don't know exactly how to get it to you. And so I'm exploring a few different ways. Go from there. It's your first time here. Wow, guys, this is what we do. We go out and we find deals, and we try to put them together and bring them to the table and let you see what we found, and away we go. All right, we still got a lot more to go, so stay tuned for the next couple of videos. And until next time, we'll see you on the next one.